Hi, and welcome to Piano with Georgia. I'm Georgia, and today we are going to learn another song together. The process will be very similar to the process we followed in our last video, but this one's a little bit longer, and it is by a different composer from history, Mr. Czerny. So hop on your bench or chair, and let's get started. Let's meet our composer, Czerny. Czerny lived from 1791 to 1857. He wrote a tremendous amount of music. He's probably most famous for his technique-related pieces. These range from beginning level to advanced and are frequently learned by some of the greatest performing artists. A couple of interesting tidbits. Czerny was a student of Ludwig van Beethoven, and he was the teacher of Franz Liszt. So I'd say we have a lot we can learn from Mr. Czerny as a composer. Today we're going to look at one of his beginning level pieces. It doesn't have a very attractive title. It is simply known as Opus 823 number 6. I chose it for several reasons. First, because you do not have to move your hands at all once you set them up in order to play the song. Second, because you do have to play different things with both hands at the same time. And finally, because I think the melody is nice. As you are practicing, I do find it very important that you enjoy the music that you're playing. So if it helps you to think of this song as a way to learn the process of learning songs, absolutely use what is here and immediately apply it to another song that you love. A link to the music will be down in the description below. And again, the copyright has expired, so thanks to the International Music Score Library Project, IMSLP, we can access this music free of charge. We are going to go through the process of taking this piece apart and making it feel manageable as you train your fingers to play it with ease. First things first, let's take a look at the music and glean some information before we even attempt to play it. At the very beginning of the piece, we see our time signature is 34. So we can expect to feel a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 feel as we play. There are no sharps or flats in the key signature area, so we don't have to remember any of those. Finally, I noticed that both the upper staff for right hand and the lower staff for left hand are in the treble clef, so we don't have to figure out any bass clef notes either. Now, this piece is a bit longer than our last one, so let's divide it up into some shorter sections that we can focus on one at a time. Composers in general love to have musical sentences or phrases of about 4 measures long. So let's start with that generalization and see where that takes us. I'm going to use some different colors and find the different sections. Here is the first part. I can also scan ahead and see that it is repeated over here. Here's the second part. And I don't see this happening anywhere else. Here is part 3. And I notice that it plays 2 times. Exactly the same, but with the small addition of a couple of left-hand notes. Finally, here's part 4. Lots of composers like to have the beginning come back again, but then have a newer special ending to wrap things up. Now we have our practice sections, so let's practice. Part or phrase 1. Let's look at the right hand first because it's more complicated, but also more fun. Figure out the first note. Remember, the G clef shows us where the line for G is. So I can just use the music alphabet and count up from there. G, A, B, C, ooh, running out of room, D, and finally we land on E. Our first note in the right hand is an E. Notice it's pretty high on the staff. We are going to the E that is also higher on the piano. There is a finger number there, finger 3. So now you have your right hand setup information. Let's get it on the piano. Our right hand is going to put finger 3 on an E that's above middle C. Notice it's just like the C major 5-finger scale. Told you we practice those scales for a reason. Use note direction to help you know what to do next. Also, if a composer adds a finger number somewhere, that often means that there is something a little tricky. Right here in measure 3, there's a finger number 4. Aha! It's a leap from finger 1 to finger 4. Thank you, Mr. Czerny, for helping us to see that. The rhythm is so steady that I don't think we need to spend any time on that. So, it's time to play. Let's go slowly. Finger 3 on E. 1, ready, go. Go down, down. Now it stays the same. Now here's that leap up to finger 4. Goes down, down. Then it stays the same. Let's play it again, and this time I'll say finger numbers. Feel free to say them along with me. 1, ready, go. 3, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. 4, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2. Let's play it one more time, and this time I'll say note names. 1, ready, go. E, D, C, 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 C. F, E, D, 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 D. Pause the video and repeat this as many times as you need to. If you already feel good, fantastic. So when you're ready, let's move on to the left hand. Left hand has all dotted half notes. Just a quick reminder, those get 3 beats each. So let's figure out our left hand's first note. I have a feeling you already know. This is one of our landmark notes, middle C. You could also calculate it by starting on your G line and saying the alphabet backwards to get there. We have a finger 5, that's pinky, that goes on C. Middle C specifically. Looks like left hand is in a C scale setup too. I notice that every single note of this phrase has a finger number on it. This is a cue that we may have some skips or turns that are tricky. Let's look at the first 3 measures. Do you recognize that pattern? That's an arpeggio, C, E, G. But then after skipping, we have a step down in measure 4. Okay, so we've figured out all the hard stuff. Let's play. Get left hand set up with finger 5 on the C that's in the middle of the piano. 1, ready, go. 5 and hold. 3 and hold. Go up and hold. Now down a step and hold. Down another step and hold. Let's do it again, and this time I'll say finger numbers for the whole thing. 1, ready, go. 5 and hold. 3 and hold. 1 and hold. One more time, let's say note names. 1, ready, go. C and hold, E and hold, G and hold, F and hold. Nice job. Again, stick with this part as many times as you need to until it feels comfortable, and I promise, even if your left hand feels very awkward, it will feel comfortable after enough repetitions. Moving on, we have a choice. We could try this section with both hands, or we could move on to our next phrase and continue hands separately. Either option is totally fine, but I'm going to go ahead and stay here and get over the hurdle of hands together sooner versus later. Let's plan this out a little bit. I notice that left hand and right hand play together on beat 1 of every measure. That's a nice pattern to help us out. I also notice that every time right hand will be on a different finger as it plays with left hand. This is more challenging, but excellent training for our coordination. Let's go very slowly and talk our way through it. As we add greater challenges, like both hands, sometimes we will need to sacrifice another element that we were thinking about before. What we are going to do is not worry too much about the rhythm, and we are going to go as slow as we need to actually coordinate our hands together. So set your hands up on those C scale positions. Right hand finger 3 on E, left hand finger 5, and here we go. 1, ready, play. Together, right hand goes down to 2, down to 1. Now together with 1 and 3 of the left hand. Right hand now just repeats. Okay, right hand 4, left hand 1. And right hand just kind of goes down these steps. Okay, hey, it's both 2s. That's kind of nice. And then right hand just repeats to finish our phrase. The hardest ever playthrough is now over. The more you repeat, the more comfortable it will feel. If this already feels great after your first try, nice. Now try adding some creativity like dynamics. Let's do it again, maybe a tiny bit faster or at least a little more attention to being steady. Hands set up like your C scale. Think a lot before you play because this is just free time. So right hand 3 is on E, left hand 5 is on C. 1, ready, go. Together, right, right. Together. Right hand just repeats. Okay, both of them are going up. Right hand goes down. Both of them 2s. And we did it. Now remember, you've actually learned 8 measures of the song because these same 4 measures are going to play again later. On to phrase 2. We are going to do the same steps. Right hand first. I see some repeated notes and some up-down direction changes that Mr. Czerny helped us out with by adding finger numbers. Almost every single note has one. Let's go nice and slow and let's play it. Right hand, finger 5 on G is going to go first. 1, ready, go. 5, stay the same. 1 more. Now going down, stay the same, up, skip down, and we end on our thumb on C. Let's do it again and say finger numbers. 1, ready, go. 5, 5, 5, 5, 4, 3, 3, 4, 2, 1, and hold. Let's do it one more time. You can tell I like sets of threes. And this time, let's say note names. Hand set up, finger 5 on G. 1, ready, go. G, 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 F, E, E, F, D, C. And we hold. And turning to left hand, lots of finger numbers to help us out. Thankfully, as I see a skip, some direction changes, and leaps. Well, set up left hand, eyeball that finger 3 on E, and here we go. 1, ready, play. 3, and hold, skip down to C, and we hold. Okay, big leap up to finger 1, and we hold. Big leap all the way down to finger 5. Okay, let's do it again, and this time I will only say the finger numbers, no hints about whether we're going steps or skips or ups or downs. You got this. 1, ready, go. Finger 3, and hold, finger 5, and hold, finger 1, and hold, finger 5, and hold. You guessed it, one more time. Left hand, this time I'm going to say note names. I encourage you to say them right along with me. 1, ready, play. E, and we hold. C, and we hold. G, and we hold. C, and we hold. Nice. It can be very challenging to get that left hand working, which is why it's so important to get that left hand working. Time for hands together. Very slowly. Set up both hands and go 1, ready, play. 3 and 5s together, right hand. You got a couple more of these guys. Okay, big together moment, both 5s. Right hand kind of comes down. Okay, left hand 1, right hand 3, couple of right hand notes, and we land on both C's. That's kind of nice. Let's try that again. Set up your hands. Think about what you're going to do before you have to do it. This is a crucial moment of getting ready. And we've got 5 on G, 3 on E. 1, ready, go. Pause the video as needed and either rewind and play with me or keep trying it on your own. Even if you are only getting one measure correct and then chaos ensues, that is progress. Keep trying and you'll get farther and farther. At this point, you know half the song. The rest of the song is following the same steps we did above with our remaining 2 phrases. I'm going to talk a little less, but I do want to demonstrate each part in case you need it, as, you know, that ear is very helpful. So, phrase 3, right hand first. Both times you play this are exactly the same for right hand. Same setup, C scale, but now we start with finger 2 on D. You can say direction, finger numbers, or note names. All are great for helping you process what is happening in the music a tiny bit before you have to play the next note. I'm just going to play so you can hear the melody. Feel free to play along with me or just listen. Set up C scale and 1, ready, go. Repeat that as many times as you need to and feel the freedom to always slow down. Left hand. I notice we are only using 1, 3s, and 5s. Arpeggio fingers! I also notice that when we play the repeat of this phrase, the left hand adds 2 additional notes at the end instead of just holding that E that plays on beat 1. I will play it both ways. Here is the holding version, like measures 9 through 12. Set up my hand, and 1, ready, go. And here's the repeated version with those extra left hand notes added in. 1, ready, go. And now, hands together. Again, take your time and don't get discouraged as we add on levels of difficulty. If something frustrates you and makes you want to quit, that just means you need to go slower and repeat more. Slower always gives you more time to think. Now I'm going to play it for you hands together. Phrase 3, I'm going to set up my C scale and I'm just going to play it. 1, here I go. Finally, our last phrase, the ending. Remember our steps. Slowly with right hand, repeat as many times as necessary. Slowly with left hand, repeat as many times as necessary. Very slowly, hands together, and repeat a lot. I'm going to go ahead and just play both hands together so you can hear it, but I will leave the taking it apart to learn it up to you on this one. And here I go. Kind of a lot going on in that phrase. And that completes all the pieces of our song. Before you play the whole song, build it up by trying with a couple of phrases put together, like maybe 8 measures instead of just our 4. As you make your sections longer, it does get harder because you have to concentrate longer. So if you make more mistakes, welcome to being normal. Here's a playthrough of the whole piece. Remember, you can go faster to make it harder and add some dynamics, or maybe do a little improvising. My biggest piece of advice as you learn a new piece is to slow it down and play it again and again and again. I am putting a little bit more on your shoulders today, so if you have trouble, don't give up. Leave me a comment, ask questions, and let me know what's giving you trouble, and we'll see if we can't find a solution. Thank you so much for spending your time and energy with me today. I'm so happy you are making music, bringing joy to your surroundings, and nourishing your brain. Please like, subscribe, and comment. It really does support the channel. Let's keep bringing free piano lessons for all.